Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Stix, and welcome back to another episode of Play or Pass, a video series where I play games good or bad, and I tell you whether or not you should play or pass on them. Today, we're taking a look at Star Sailors. This is a gacha game. We're doing this live, by the way, on stream right now. This is a game that has suffered numerous setbacks. They have been down longer than they have been up online for. The game has been, I think, available for approximately 3 to 4 days now, and they've had a significant amount of that time spent offline. There were crashes, there were maintenances, there were rollbacks, there were setbacks. Players were incapable of accessing the game. It was sitting at 1.9 stars on the Play Store yesterday. It was sitting at 2.3 or 2.4 stars when I started this video, and my experience so far has been, saying fun would be a severe overstatement, but let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what the game has to offer. We're gonna break this down piece by piece, and immediately on the left of the screen you will see that there are a significant number of special deals going on. The kind where you get like 500, 1,000, 2,000% value. We are legitimately overrun by these. They are everywhere. I get these I feel like every 5 minutes. 2 times efficiency, 4 times. There was one that had 8.5 times efficiency, which equates to 850% total value, which is absurd. But that's just the beginning. First, let's talk about the characters. There's not only you as a character, but there are also your partners. There's the adventurer, which has numerous different classes. There is the blonde chick with a hat and brown clothes, the blonde chick with a shield, the blonde chick with an axe, she has an axe here too. I don't know what the difference is between this blonde chick with an axe and that blonde chick with an axe, or probably she's brunette. Then there's a blonde chick with a staff and a blonde chick with a mace and a shield, which I think is kind of similar to this one, which has a mace and a shield. So you have various different classes that you can change between as you continue to level up. And then you have a bunch of different partners that you can equip. You bring these partners into battle with you. In terms of character models, they're not very good. PS1 graphics would be an apt description of the characters. Yeah, they have some bounce, which is great, but like genuinely and generally, these characters are incredibly mediocre, which is disappointing because I was thinking this was going to be a gooner game based off of what I saw on social media. Not to mention that, but there are few characters that appeal to me because there are few voluptuously shaped women. We have so many characters that look like this: girl, guy that looks like he's made of one singular polygon, guy, girl, guy, guy. That makes up 2/3, maybe 80% of the total pool of characters. So that immediately is literally 80% of the total pool of characters I don't want to pull for or use. Now, characters do have elements. It's the typical Pokemon elemental style. Water beats fire, fire beats grass, grass beats earth, earth beats water, etc., etc. Light beats dark, dark beats light. Each character has classes. I'm not sure if you could see the classes because my big ass head is in the way. Let me go ahead and disable that real quick. Oh, actually, no. It looks like you could see that. Yeah, there's Defender. Over here, there's attacker, defender, debuffer, and de-supporter. Then we also have midnight, which is a time trait. I actually didn't know this was a thing, which is news to me. I'm guessing that means that, yeah, looking at this, you get additional attack, defense, and HP if the time of day matches up to whatever your time of day is in your trait, which is interesting. That's actually not a bad ability, unless you have people or characters that, like, you have 2 that benefit from night, 2 that benefit from day, and then 2 that benefit from whatever the middle one was, twilight. Yeah, I can see that being a bit of an issue. So I guess you're going to have to align characters with specific elements, align characters with specific time traits as well. That's actually going to be more effort involved. You can upgrade individual character skills. These skills, the scrolls, specifically the skill books that you obtain, are from the resource farming stages. You can also get them from dispatch. You can get them from dismantling. There are memory pieces. These are essentially like gear that have varying rarities. You can pull for the memory pieces over using the gacha system, which we'll touch on in a minute. There's a gearing system, thankfully. There is the ability to utilize a recommended feature here to just automatically equip everything onto everyone without issue. There is a pro. Oh my god, she's 107. She's like 5'10". This chick is tall. Damn. Her age is also unknown. She's 19. She's 17. She does. There's so many characters here. She's 19. Oh my god, all this time I thought she was a little girl. Okay. Well, clearly some of these characters are deceiving just a little bit. We also have monsters, which are an interesting additive. You have shit like this, like dogs, little kobold people. And then you have things like this, where you're like, oh, some of these characters are hotter than the actual characters. You can limit break them. You can level their skills as well. Admittedly, that seems to utilize the creatures themselves. Holy crap. So you're gonna need to farm creatures to level. God, there's like so much involved in this. It's actually crazy. But that's just specifically concerning the characters. Let's take a look at the story. The story is segmented, and so that it is not connected directly to the game itself. You did have a tutorial that took like an hour, a goddamn hour to finish. But this functions very much so like Blue Archive. So you have the stories. There are currently the prologue, which is about an hour. 1-2 actual chapters in game, with chapter 3 coming soon. These are all skippable. They'll reward you with 30 currency, which means that you can just easily skip through and farm probably thousands of currency, which equates to maybe a 10 pull, maybe a couple 10 pulls overall. But if you're not interested in story and you're a story skipper, you can just completely disregard them in their entirety. There's a partner story. I haven't unlocked this yet. Not quite sure how. Apparently opens after completing a certain achievement for each character. And I gotta wonder why this chick, why Heidi I did not see as a recruitable character, because she's probably the best looking character in the game, by far. And this would lead me to believe that she is a recruitable character. But that's the part of the story. There are daily stories. There's a magic part, which is how all the characters annoy you by sending you text messages every day. There is the shop, which you are reminded of, has various discounts going on. You can buy a lot there, admittedly. XP potions, upgrade stones, character shards for specific characters. Caroline's actually a 3-star or an SSR character, but you get her automatically through the story. So that makes sense as to why she's there. You can buy things with friendship tokens. You can buy gear with gear shards. There are event currencies. There are bond fragments, which you actually acquire through pulling characters. These are actually not bad in terms of pricing. I could buy 16 of them right off the bat. You can also buy Nutty, who's a character just outright, along with various other items. There are character shards that you apparently use bond fragments for. Now, I think this is actually like Blue Archive. Blue Archive has a system like this as well, where you accumulate, I don't know, like 50, 100 or more shards to unlock like an additional copy of a character, which I think is a good system, allowing for you to build up like that over time. Because I fear that over time, the game isn't going to exist long enough to acquire the necessary number of shards to obtain the dupe of the characters. Then there are the bond remnants here, but that's pretty much it for the shop. Wow, there's also the premium shop, where you can watch ads here to make them money and get anywhere between 10 to 1,000 diamonds. I guarantee you the likelihood of hitting 1,000 diamonds is incredibly low. You can also get stamina items. There's the subscription. 3 different subscriptions. You get 9 times efficiency if you purchase this one. That's pretty damn good. 900% value. There is the limited shop here, which has access to what seem to be pulls. There's a welcome packages. There's a basic package. There are recurring, so these daily packages, weekly packages, monthly packages. There are diamonds that you can purchase. I think, okay, so it looks like the most expensive is actually $79.99. Those prices aren't terrible. And then there's a smart package. This is what you get bombarded with every single minute that you play the game over in the freaking sidebar here. Yeah, it's genuinely that annoying. Then we have the gacha. And this is, I think, where I find the most fault with the game. Where do I even start? Okay, let's start, I guess, with the fact that there is a guarantee. I like that. I like that there's a guarantee in the game. When you hit 100 total pulls, you are guaranteed the limited banner character or the limited banner, whatever that is, the card, this thing, the memory piece. So you're guaranteed either or. You can select whichever one you want. After that, after you hit your guarantee, every additional guarantee is 150, which is 50% increase in total pulls you have to do to acquire the guaranteed character. I like that there's a guarantee present. Again, what I don't like here is that, and my thoughts on Arknight's Enfield are exactly the same, the guarantee does not carry over, which means if you get to 99 out of 100, and this is just what I believe to be the case because there is no swap over right now to a new limited banner. But what this leads me to believe by saying remaining recruit points will be converted into bond remnants when the pickup period ends, what I believe this means is that you get reset to 0 and the 99 points that you had get converted into that currency, the bond remnants. But then you start from 0 again and have to go all the way to 100 again if you want the new limited banner character. So I like the fact that there's a guarantee, but I hate the fact that it doesn't carry over. And I felt the exact same way in Arknight's Enfield. Now, I did hit my 100 here. I hit my guarantee. And then I went to try to attain it. And then this is what I get. This is what I get. Incorrect parameter. It's like, oh, you wasted all that time, all those resources attempting to obtain your character, make it to 100 total pulls. Well, fuck you. You don't get it. I tried restarting the game. I tried restarting the emulator. I did everything. Nothing works. I just don't get rewarded for my 100 pulls. The guarantee doesn't work, so I don't get the character. That's it. Boom. But I'm assuming here at some juncture, this will be fixed. I'm hoping this gets fixed. Because right now, I don't get anything from it. The rates themselves for the limited banner character, here, the 3-star Nina. I believe that's the limited banner character, right? Her name's Nina? Yeah. 1%. Erling is 0.2%. Jen, 0.2%. Ethan 0.2, Kyra 0.2, Caroline 0.2. So totaling the other 5 characters together, you get another 1%. With Nina, that's 2% total. Now, moving on to the memory piece recruitment, you are guaranteed one of these that are available when you pull any of the memory pieces. I have not obtained any gold memory tickets after the first pull I did. It says you can apparently obtain the memory pieces via the Alliance raid or bond remnants. But I don't have any of that yet, so I can't make use of that. The same applies to the common, and then there's the normal recruit. Each character here has a 0.4% chance of acquisition. Again, these rates are not very high. If you total that together, you do get 2%. But the rates for actually acquiring the SSR character you want is 0.4. So if you want Erling, you have a 0.4% chance of getting her. Only 0.4. But you do get there is a grand total of 2% chance that you'll obtain one of these 5 characters. But again, the one you want is at 0.4, which is horrifically low. Arguably one of the lowest I've ever seen in a gacha game. The gacha itself is not good. Not good at all. I like the guarantee, but it is not very good. They really should have a carryover present, but they don't. I don't know why gacha games don't want to have carryovers present. And then that leads us to the battle. This is where the bulk of the game happens. There is the adventure mode, which consists of multiple different chapters where you enter, you farm monsters. When entering, you choose a team of up to 5 characters. You choose a monster. I got the sexy demon girl over there. And then you click enter. And this is the combat. There's auto, there's 2x speed, there's skip animations. You can manual this if you want to. I just don't see any point to, because you only have access to, oh, you know what? I'll show it. I'll let them finish the auto for the first turn, then I'll show you what you can actually do manually. When choosing, or when beginning your turn, you can choose between basic attacks, special abilities, or ultimate abilities. And that's what you do. That's what you manual. So there's not really a whole lot to it. So you just click auto and let it auto through no problem. There are 2 waves, typically, per stage. One consisting of a boss, and then one consisting of normal adds, or 2 in succession consisting of just a group of monsters that aren't really very powerful. But that's because I've also over-leveled. The animations, honestly, I think they're okay. I don't think they're great. I think the character models are decent. The animations are decent. Nothing here, like, really stands out or would leave me, I don't know, like, would warrant leaving Honkai Star Rail or would warrant leaving a game like Chaos Zero Nightmare or Reverse 1999, which will have standout animations, incredible special effects, and are just generally, like, beautiful games. And that's it. That's the battle mode. It's pretty basic. It's pretty standard overall. There are multiple difficulties, hard and challenge mode. There is the special battle, which apparently only have a story event and alliance raid unlocked right now. I've done some of her event, which are the exact same as the standard modes. There's a story, there are battles, there's challenge mode. The alliance raid is something that is not currently available. It says the content isn't available in the current version of the game. So acquiring the currency we needed for whatever else we were trying earlier is impossible through the alliance raid. Then we have the resource farming stages: gold, experience, memory search. We have skills here: fire, wind, earth, water, light, darkness. Darkness apparently isn't even available in game right now. That's also coming soon. If the game makes it far enough through where they can actually release it, they have the funding to. We have the shadow encounters where you fight stronger, boosted, buff versions of characters, and you can acquire some of the shards for them to ascend them, make them more powerful. There is the summon contract for monsters, which I have not unlocked, and then there is the conquest for gear, which I have also not unlocked. We also have the dispatch mode down here where you essentially send characters off to farm materials. You could set for anywhere between 4 to 20 hours total. I'm just sending out all the guys because I don't care if they die. You know, if they never come back, it sucks for them. We got all the cute waifus still left at home. And then there's a community. There's a guild, which I have not joined yet, admittedly. There's a photo mode, which is actually quite extensive. Let me go and show you exactly what I mean by that. You select a character here. I didn't mean to click that. You select a character here. View, but I forget exactly how to do that. Let's see. We're gonna select her. You could zoom in a lot. You can rotate the camera how you want to, forward or backwards, and get that perfect view that you need. And then just enjoy. Yeah, you just pretty much enjoy at that juncture. Enjoy what you have access to now. Yep. It's great. That's probably like the best part of the game, that you can zoom in real close and see them in all their glory. And admittedly, you know what? That's it. That's the game. That's the entirety of the game. You have a very, a very mediocre story. You have incredibly mediocre character models. You have mediocre animations in combat. Mediocre special effects. The voice acting is decent. At best, at absolute best, this is a mediocre game. At its peak, this is an average game. That's it. But at the end of the day, that's just my thought. This game definitely isn't for me. The fact that it was rated 1.9 to 2.4 over the last several days is probably a testament to how other people feel about it as well. And ultimately, as much as I feel and believe that this game is about as average a game as you can get, that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be people that still that enjoy it. And I think that's totally fine. I think people should play games and experience games and not take the word of a content creator above what they value in themselves and with their own opinion. So Just because I think that this game is incredibly mediocre, I'd give this game a 4 out of 10 on a good day, doesn't mean that other people might not think that this is a 10 out of 10. At the end of the day, these are just my brutal, honest thoughts, having played hundreds of gacha games. I'm playing some of the best gacha games out there regularly. But, you know what? That doesn't mean the game isn't going to do well. It doesn't mean the game is going to EOS soon. I'm calling it, though. I would wager a guess this game doesn't make it a year. But that isn't me hating the game. That's just me speculating and making an educated guess based off the reception, the popularity that we've seen on social media, on their Discord, and everywhere, really. But I do hope for the best for the game, because at the end of the day, I know there are people that are going to like it. I know that there are members of our community that like it, and there are members of our community that are playing it. So for them, I hope the game does good. But for me, this is a no. This is not something I would ever play willingly. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.